So you don't want him in the conservative movement? I just want to be very clear. Let's just be.
So you don't want me in the movement?
No.
Not if it waters down.
Hold on a second.
No, we don't.
I want to be very clear.
We don't need to compromise our fundamental beliefs.
Hold on a second. So I'm a Christian. I believe the Bible's the greatest book ever to exist in the history of the world.
Clearly you don't.
Oh yeah, Diddy got a podcast.
Listen, I just want to state for the record, the opinions of my podcast, the opinions in this video are those of my own, and it does not necessarily reflect any school that I've attended. It does not necessarily reflect any employer that I currently work for, have worked for in the past, and it also does not necessarily reflect any of my family members or friends. These are my own opinions, and I just want to state that for the record. Hold on, just quick question, just real quick. If you are a Christian, right, and a conservative, and you claim to believe in traditional Christian values. Now listen, for those of you who don't believe in the Bible, for those of you who are not Christians, this is not for you. But I'm saying specifically, but you can still listen to this and understand the logic behind the point that I'm making, because it's a valid point. If you are a Christian and you believe in traditional Christian values, right, this is what you say you believe in. If you have people who are supporting your movement, and they feel that you are contradicting the very things that go against traditional Christian values because it's what they believe in as well, them asking you, hey, these are the things that we're noticing that you're supporting in your movement that literally contradict traditional Christian values. Why should we support you? What's going on here? How should we feel about this? Do you mind explaining it? All of these are fair questions, right? Well, these are the couple of things we're going to talk about today, because a lot of people assume that modern day conservatism, or being a modern day conservative, and traditional Christian values automatically align. And I'm about to unequivocally prove to you in this video that that is not the case anymore, right? So before we get into the video, I ask that you know that this channel is starting to grow and to drink some of this warm water with lemon. You can help me out by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. But don't worry, I'm going to give you a sec to do that to help me out. Just hit that like button, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we post a new video. We're trying to get to 50,000 subscribers. I really appreciate it. All right, thank you. Let's get into the video.
What I think is the position that needs to be articulated better is, I have no problem if, gay marriage, whatever, like I believe marriage, one man, one woman, that's my own personal position, right? But I'm never going to tell government to have someone live a life. I think it's cool, you're married, I think it's great, and you should have all the same tax benefits, adopt children, it's great, right? But
I feel the same way about you.
Well, it's fine, it's like whatever, but that's more of like a generational perspective.
No, it's not. It's not your personal opinion. So this right here is a guy by the name of Charlie Kirk. He is the founder and president of Turning Point USA, which is basically like a conservative student movement that's happening here in the US or whatever. Boom. So Charlie Kirk just said, he believes that a marriage is between a man and a woman, right? And however, he believes that the person that he's speaking to, which is a gay man, he believes the fact that he's married to another man is absolutely all right. And he feels that he has the right to do that because it's only his personal opinion that a marriage is between a man and a woman. No, it's not. It's not your personal opinion. That's traditional Christian values. And if that's what you believe in, why do you make that a personal thing? What you're doing is you're trying to be less controversial by making it just a personal thing instead of just stating, hey, this is what the Bible says and this is what I believe. This is a very easy way and a very easy answer, right? So when people ask me, how do you feel about X, Y, and Z? I don't have any feelings about it, right? I'll tell you what the scripture says, and I believe the scriptures. I don't have an opinion, right?
Now understand that sexual liberation is political control. It's a form of political control. And you have multiple times advocated on behalf of accepting homosexuality, accepting homosexual acts as normative in the conservative movement. How does sex help us win the culture war?
I'm going to let the gay man answer.
Wait a minute. So can I ask you a question? Can you have the balls to ask the gay man on the stage that question and don't defer to him? Ask me that question. I will answer you that question.
I'm going
to answer you. You already asked the question, so I'm going to answer that question. I'm going to ask you that question. This is America. This is the greatest freaking nation in the world. We realize that America is great because we have Western values. We realize that, no, let me finish, dude. We realize that gays and lesbians are able to contribute to American society in the same way that everybody else is. And let me tell you, when you continue doing that, okay?
So if you see here, just real quick, so you had a person in the crowd was asking Charlie Kirk, the person that we just saw in the first clip, asking him a question about the very movement and some of the contradictions that they've noticed in his movement, right? So while asking Charlie Kirk to answer the question, another person on the stage, which is this guy by the name of Rob, he's a gay conservative, right? He chimes and gives his perspective and say the irony of it and say, hey, have the balls to at least ask the gay man on stage this question. But he wanted to know from Charlie Kirk because Charlie Kirk is the founder and he's spearheading this movement, right? So anyway, but if you listen to the answer that Rob gave him, he said the reason why gay marriage and things of this sort is a part of the conservative movement now, even though it's literally a contradiction to what you all say that you believe in, the reason why it's a part of the movement is because people understand that America is the greatest country in the world because we have Western values, and people understand and realize that gay and lesbians can contribute to the movement. And it's like, you're missing the point, but you know that you're missing the point, right? That still doesn't answer the man's question.
My question is largely directed to Mr. Kirk because you were raised as a conservative. Part of the issue I see here is, what's your name, Rob?
Yeah.
So you're saying, you're behind the times, this isn't conservative. Well, we don't want centrists in the conservative movement. We want to retain our core values.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
We don't want drag.
But here's the thing. It's not about what you want, because here's the thing. The beauty about social media is that I can be me and I can bring myself to the table. And it's not about what you want, it's about what the people want. And if there are enough people in this movement that say, hey, Rob is cool, he's gay, whatever, it really doesn't matter what you think. You can say whatever you want and you can believe whatever you want to believe. But it's not going to stop me from doing what I'm doing. And it's not going to deplatform me.
There are so many things wrong with what he just said. Again, coming from somebody who say that they believe in traditional Christian values, you have to know, sitting on the stage with this man, that everything he just said was a contradiction. First of all, he said basically, in so many words, the fact that I'm able to do whatever I want to do, that validates me. That doesn't mean, just because you have the freedom to do what you want doesn't make what you're doing virtuous. It doesn't make what you're doing the right thing to do. It doesn't make what you're doing in alignment with traditional Christian values for those who believe in traditional Christian values, right? It's literally a contradiction. And then he told the gentleman, if you don't agree or if you don't believe in my lifestyle or that I'm a part of this movement, no one cares, because what actually matters is what most of the people want. So traditional Christian values and traditional conservatism conservatism in itself is about what the people want, or is it about holding traditional Christian values? Last time I checked, that's what you all say that conservatism is about, traditional values. That's a contradiction, man. What are you talking about? And you still going around the answer. You basically just told him, I can be whoever I want on social media. That's what it's about? Because you can do whatever and be whoever you want and be your true self on social media? That validates you in the conservative movement? According to what conservatives say, that's the furthest thing. That's more of a left-wing perspective. That's left-wing talk, right? Left-leaning talk. Coming from a conservative. The irony.
You know, as the guy before has said, you've advocated for homosexuality, said that there's a place for the gay agenda within the conservative movement. My question is, and you're also comfortable with transgenders and cross-dressers, I understand. So my question is there any point where conservatives should take a moral stance on Christian morality, or should we abandon it altogether? So in other words, what is what is your brand of conservatism doing to actually conserve Christian morality? If we're ceding to the left on transgender, gay rights, gay marriage, we don't want that in conservatism.
Fair question.
So you don't want him in the conservative movement? I just want to be very clear.
Now, did you hear what he just said? He said, so you don't want him in the conservative. You know that's not what he said. You're trying to make this personal while also avoiding the actual question and trying to get out of actually answering what it is that he asked you. You don't want him in the conservative. No, bro, answer the question that he asked you. That's a fair question. If you believe in traditional Christian values, why are you not answering the man's question? We see that you're avoiding it by using these tactics. They're outdated.
Let's just be.
So you don't want me in the movement?
No. Not if it waters down. Hold on a second. No, we don't. I want to be very clear. We need to compromise our fundamental beliefs. Hold on a second. So, I'm a Christian. I believe the Bible's the greatest book ever to exist in the history of the world, and I believe Rob Smith has decency and dignity as an individual in the United States of America.
Right. So you are a Christian. You believe in traditional Christian values, and then you follow that by saying Rob is a decent person. He has decency and value. Is that all the Bible speaks about? Is that all traditional Christian values and morality encompasses? As long as you're a decent person, right? What is moral, right? What is morality, right? What is considered immoral, right? What is considered immorality, right? You won't answer those questions because you know it's going to, everything that you all are saying on that stage right now is going to crumble. It's a house of cards.
Hold on a second. We're not a theocracy. We never have been.
And you know what? And wait a minute. Let me hop in here. Hold on, because I'm married.
Really
he's addressing me.
answers.
The thing that I don't understand. Well, I'm addressing you. How about
You
that?
don't even have the courage to address the gay man on stage.
So the problem that I have with as somebody that is a gay Christian, and this is the problem that I have,
No such thing.
because my relationship with God and coming back into the church over the past year and a half is one of the greatest gifts that has been given to me in terms of being in this movement.
As it should be.
So my question to everybody who tries to say that, oh, you shouldn't be, Christian because you're gay. Why are you trying to turn people away from God?
Once again, he just did the same thing. Why are you trying to turn people away from God? Are they trying to turn you away from God, or are they trying to turn you away from what they see as immorality? Or are they trying to turn you against from immoral actions, immoral behavior? There's a complete difference. We know what you're doing. We literally see what you're doing, bro.
If pornography is a substitute for one's wife, it's awful. If it's a substitute for adultery, it's not awful.
Did you hear what the man just said? This is a man named Dennis Prager, just admitted if you are watching things that are inappropriate for you to be watching while you're married, if you're doing it as a replacement to your wife or your significant other, it's wrong. But if you watch that same content in addition to your marriage or not as a replacement of your wife, it's not wrong. This is Dennis Prager, the founder of Prager University, one of the biggest conservative movements in the world. You people are hypocrites. That's a contradiction. Did I just hear my ears? And this right here, what you're looking on the screen right now, is a guy by the name of Jeremy Boring. He's one of the founders of Daily Wire over there. He's Ben Shapiro's boss or co-founder, one of those. I forget. Anyways, this is a commercial that they have for his razors or something. Do you see this? They have provocatively and promiscuously dressed women in this commercial with them, despite believing in traditional Christian values. What am I looking at here? Again, this video is to just show the hypocrisy coming from modern day conservatives and coming from modern day conservatism. If you say that you believe in these things, what's happening to your movement right now? What are y'all thoughts about this, man? Hop in the comment section. Give me your thoughts. Let me know how you feel. Are you Christian? Do you believe in the Bible? What do you feel about, even if you do or do not, what do you feel about those that claim to believe in the Bible and the scriptures, the holy scriptures, but they're doing all these things and double talking and contradicting themselves? Hop in the comment section, like this video, comment on this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time we post a new video. I really appreciate you. And yo, ask me about my podcast, man. Peace.
Oh yeah, Diddy got a podcast.